Divine Sunshine coming to you with your current energy reading. Check me out. Thank you first. Blah, 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 rewind. Thank you for coming to my channel and taking time to look at my current energy. So I ask that you hit the like and subscribe button as well. Click on those two items. Also, you can catch me on daily energy readings for on Instagram and Twitter, which is Divine Unisouls 11. That's my handle, Divine Unisouls 11. I'm on there every day. Today I didn't do it because today I'm going to do the current energy reads, and then I will see if I can upload it going on the IGTV, whatever it's called. I will do it underneath that one, so you'll be able to see this even on YouTube and on IG as well. So those are the two things. So I'll have it also over there for the current energy reads as well. Pardon me, it's like just put on IG and then tell you all to go over there, but I'll put it on both. For that. So let's go right on into it. Was there anything I was saying, or maybe as I'm talking, it'll come to me about what I want to. Is there anything currently, any new things that came up on there? Please make sure you take time out to look at my latest video that was talking about how the Aries season is ushering in the awakening. Clear. Good stuff is in there. Ooh, whoa, we got some jumpers. Good stuff is in there as well. Oh, I like these two cards here. All right. So, I guess they said enough of you talking, because one of them almost hit me in my mouth, didn't it? They did not. We won't take over. Okay, you take over. You do the talking. All right. So, what we have here is Metatron, the overall energies that the powers that be or source wants us to focus in on this week is ecstasy and divine intelligence. Divine intelligence and ecstasy. So with this divine intelligence, we have here is, I don't know why I'm saying, we are the world, we are the children, we are the ones that make a better place, so let's start giving. Right, there's a choice we're making, we're saving our lives. It's true, we make a better place, just you and me. Yeah. So in divine intelligence, that just brought to me. Again, I see green, the color green here again, which is in your heart chakra. So divine intelligence, getting those downloads, being able to this week really becoming one with source and understanding our intuition and our awareness and trusting what is being shown to us. A lot of us might be going into more. I talked about that in the in my last updated video about Aries season ushering in the awakening, which is higher learning, higher education. Some of us may also enroll into some institutions. They could be also school, universities as well, but also really hitting the books, as Jupiter 1111 says, which is really, since we have this time off, and which is self introspection, self inner journey, in which you're taking into, which is also the journey of self. These times are causing you to really find things to kind of keep your mind occupied, because like the old saying devil's our idle mind is a devil workshop. So, you know, not that we're getting ourselves into trouble, but majority of us are looking for some things to kind of keep us stimulated, you know, kind of keep us interested while we're in this isolation or quarantine period. And so that is one thing that they're saying, that they want us to hone in on in the divine intelligence as well. Look at this. Let me see if anything strikes me. It said, no, that's true on that one. Let me see. It keeps on saying it might be something in here. Metatron. This card asks you to notice and to follow your instincts and inspiration. By drawing this oracle, you are bestowed with the powerful presence of the teacher angel, because you are a wonderful human being who can receive the frequency of this call. So some of you all might be called to really actually work on your mission and purpose. While we all geniuses arise from the source. And in this moment, you are receiving holy manna, because your soul is a temple for the divine. Therefore, you may dispense the glory of the divine through each of your creations. Please rest in silence as you receive Metatron's teaching. So that means, again, do a lot of meditations. Some of you all might be asked or might get some ideas to create something new. And so that's the way you'll be able to pick up that and that information is to become still. So dedicate you some time that you're silent, or even when you feel something, to be another thing is, because spirit is as instant as you are. And a lot of times you might have to take times out to actually write that stuff down that comes to you from spirit. So keep that also in mind as well. So that's good. I'm glad it told me. So no, get the book. Get the book. Okay, so yes, that's what we're asking for too. And we got Zafkiel, Ecstasy. So again, we're really, to me, ecstasy is another way of like getting into your bliss. Let me look, since it's been pretty much guiding me. Let's see what else does it bring it to that. My ecstasy. Ezekiel. Since we bought me that. No, with a P. Ecstasy. Jafkiel wishes you to know that divine ecstasy may come in any moment as a deep feeling of passion for your spiritual growth, or as an aspect of your love, whereby your whole being is transfixed with the choice you have made to join the mystical pathway. The two gatekeepers on this path are awe and joy, both of which are closely aligned to ecstasy. So to me, it's like keep yourself open to the experience of being in awe about something. So you might get two things this week also that's going to bring awe, and it's going to be joy to you as well. So right now, as you keep yourself about that, thank you, divine truth, divine intelligence. Once you start tapping into these things, it feels like it's a whole new world is going to open it up to you. You're going to see other dimensions about your gifts and your talents and abilities as you get into this upper echelon of your spirituality. These things are going to be brought to you. So your experience is going to be heightened. I thought so. So I think I seen somebody had said that about the veil in between Blue Angel 77. She stated that. I seen that on her video title. I didn't get a chance to look at it, but she was talking about the veil in between the divine masculine and divine feminine is very thin. You might be able to be more feeling your divine counterpart with you, being able to communicate with them, especially the higher you go up to in your energies and your vibrations gets more to lighter. That's more ability for your divine counterpart to be able to tap into, as well as you going after more of a connection with source, which stops you with that separation. And the more connected to source you are, the more connected that your divine masculine or your divine feminine, your counterpart, will be to you, attracted to you, or being magnetized or drawn to you as well. Angels use this high frequency opportunity to impart sacred loving information to us about our journey. They give our higher self information about a choice we need to make. So if you all are on the fence about something, use this time and this week of these energies to help you to be able to propel, especially when you got these Aries season, with the Aries energy is one of action, one of forward movement, one of getting things done and completion. So take advantage of that, because the planetary shifts and forces are also saturating that opportunity to happen as well. So of consciousness about our ethical existence, about a choice we need to buy ethical right. What are we doing? Is it ethical? Is it right? Is it just? for us. Trust the angels, for they will always have your heartfelt interest in their heart. Chant ha in the heart chakra to open this channel of light. Feel inspiration from the angelic realms. Oh, I like that. Ha ha ha. I felt that even open when I said that. And I felt that. That was good. Okay, so do some of that heart chakra exercises too. That's going to help you to be able to open up that channel, so you can be able to communicate with angels or higher energies, or I call it the powers that be. Okay, as well. So that's the overall energies that they want us to work with. For the divine feminine, what do they want us to work with this week? Don't worry about it. I will be either 30 or 40. Clear. I know my limitation. I really want to say stop at 30, because I want to do something else after this. So let's see. I guess it's every time you say it don't work, it does work. Thank you. This is it. So, nope, not too many. So what's the energies this week that the divine feminine, according to you, source, need to work with? It seems like it's a lot. Can we get it kind of, if you put that much on there, divine feminine, like, I ain't going to be doing now. I do have the time, though. I do have the time, source. And the powers that be, I do got the time. Clear. So the energies that they want us to work with is Queen Esther, the morning star. My ego is in service of my soul, and I trust my soul's divine timing. So right now what we're doing is that we're allowing your ego to take a back seat and let the soul, your spirit, or the divinity within to take the driver. So the ego goes to the back seat, and now the soul, your divine, takes over and starts being in the driver's seat. Okay, and then we'll trust where the divine is leading us to do, even through divine timing. Okay, so even we're practicing patience during this time, which means practicing patience means for you to have an understanding of that you're not just waiting, but you're still doing what you need to do as far as following your bliss, as you trust that the powers that be or source brings you what you need or what you desire. Okay, next thing, divine feminine, they also want you to be Mary Magdalene, the apostle of the apostles. I am the bridge between heaven and earth. I am fully human and fully divine. You need to also, divine feminines, find a way that you bridge both. You bring both physical and spiritual together. One way I know that I am even doing that, like even when I do my readings or I do my spiritual work, I try to make sure that I level it out, that I do something that's in the 3D. So like today, I'm taking times out to do readings, and tomorrow I will be a stop on sabbatical, because even if I do get readings, I tell them no, I have to rest, and then I do alternate off and on. This helps me to remember where I am. So I'm in the spiritual world right now. I'm connecting with the channels and doing all this kind of stuff, and I stop, and then I go into the world and I do things that I have to do, like either clean the house, physical things in 3D, or go shopping and get things out there. That reminds me that I'm here on earth. That helps to create that balance, so I don't become so utopia in the clouds up there. Ooh, I can see everybody, Allah, Buddha, Archangel Raphael, and I gotta bring myself right on back down. So you'll find things that you have to remember. You might say, you have to do something so drastic, but that's just things to remind us that things that help me to stay centered and anchored with that. So that's something that you have to remember that too. For the divine masculine, what is the energies that the current energies that the powers that be would like you to be working with? Clear. Or source. Ooh, straight on up. Nine of Wands. So to me, it looks like in the divine masculine thing is what I'm looking at. This is the powers that be wants the divine masculine to be totally focused in on the energies of understanding of just having that true intimacy. We got a lot of things here that's like really hard at work, harvesting, getting things together. Let me look at this, make sure, because I'm feeling something, but I want to make sure. Oh, there go my book. Caressing magic of the three little birds. When a situation is suspended or blocked by doubt, you must hurry to resolve it because it cannot go on forever. Okay, so yeah, so right now they want us to work on this doubt thing. Somebody came to me yesterday about this doubt thing, and it was saying to me and talking to my guides and powers that be, that we've got to get to the point, those of you all that's actually watching, we've got to get to the point that we have to release. Those of you all, let's put it this way, those of you all that want union between you and your divine counterpart, you have gotten to get to the part that if that's where you, and you understand that you're the one who's watching and you're the one who is leading, you have got to, and you understand that by you leading, you're tethering your counterpart to follow where you are actually going. You have got to get to the point that you got to know directly as to what direction you're going. Okay? Divine confirmation. You can't be willy-nilly. If you're saying the union is what you want with your divine counterpart, and that kind of wave, like I told you, through the infinity sign, is being pumped through the pipeline over to your counterpart. You need to be, if this is what you want, then you got to be definite no matter how things are looking. You've got to remove all that doubt out of the equation. Okay, and this is what it's saying, the powers that be saying, those of you all that do want this union, it's got to be about, they say it's got to be about trust. And it's got to be really sincerely about really just the two of you all focusing in on each other and being oblivious to all the work and the hustle and bustle that's going on around. I see somebody holding the flame there, torch or whatever, like enlightenment. I see bluebirds. It's enough to me when you see that bluebirds. I always think about in the Wizard of Oz, they say, somewhere over the rainbow, birds fly, ours fly over the rainbow. Why, oh, why can't I? So again, you saying about these bluebirds and bluebirds, to me, when I see that, kind of brings on the dot of you being able to fly over this rainbow. Rainbow is union. Got a double thing. Is union. Okay. All right. It's about union. Got a double thing there. And so if you doubting about how you going to do this union thing, then the universe is saying this cannot go on forever if this is what you actually want. You got to get more definite into what, and you've got to release about all the work and everything else that people are doing around you and get focused in on this. I see the divine feminine touching the divine masculine's heart, which means emotionally he's got to get in touch with his heart. He's got to listen to what the message is that the divine feminine is giving to his heart. And also, I'm seeing even in his thinking, rewind that. The divine feminine in this picture, in this card, is holding the heart or the chest of the divine masculine, which lets me know in divine masculine's thinking, he's got to get more in touch with, even through his thinking, about how his heart is playing a part as far as his thinking and wanting this situation. Also, the divine feminine is holding his neck, which to me reminds me again, they're saying, you know, wherever the head goes, the rest of the body goes. So wherever you're thinking, the rest of your body will follow suit. So he's got to get that under control so the rest of his body would know this is what we actually want. In his emotions, he has his hand over the feminine's mouth, which means communications, and what is he also saying in his emotions. If that's also backing up the doubt and the confirmation, he also has got to work with that, what he is actually saying. He also has a hand over her, over her sacral area, which means the womb. How is he helping to manifest this in his emotions? How is he able to creatively find solutions as to get himself on board with this? So the divine wants him to work in all of that, because I see a dove here, which is he wants him to be able to find peace in this situation. And I see these wooden logs here, which means it's a natural way to be able to build. It could be like a dam to stop things that no longer serve and acts as a boundary. He's got to work with that. He's sitting on that, and instead of him sitting on it, he's got to actively do something about it. And then also that could be a form of a foundation as well. So those are several things that he's got to work with according to the divine. Okay, I know that was kind of long, but that has to be on that one. Okay, next one. What's the heart of the matter? Clear. For the divine feminine. And what's the heart of the matter? For the divine masculine. Clear. The divine feminine wants the heart of the matter of her in the 3D. She wants a honeymoon. She wants honeymoon, enjoy the bliss of holiday time together. So she wants to really kind of just really like, if we're going to do this holiday time, this ain't no holiday, although we feel like it's a holiday. But right now it's, we're actually, there's, you know, the whole city where we are has actually shut down. Okay, and so now we're at the point that although this is not a holiday, but really not now while we have this quarantine and this isolation that we're in, really trying to find a way in the heart of the matter of bringing the divine feminine energy and divine masculine energy together and setting forth, of course, off into where the destination of union or where the twin flame journey actually is supposed to go. Okay, and so right now the divine feminine is following her bliss, okay, when I see that. So in order for her to be able to find that again is serendipitous. She wants this time in the physical that bring it to me. I got a fork in the road. And in the spiritual. Yes. Would she like to have a time that it with her divine masculine in the physical? Yes. So again, they're waiting on divine feminine energies, is waiting for some serendipitous or fated event to make this actually happen. This could be in the physical and into the 50 as well. Okay. That also, but she knows also she's got to be flexible. Flexible, knowing that, you know, right where I am, I've got to be able to stand where I am, and it might be in an awkward position, which may be like me take myself and like flip myself upside down. But at the same time, in hers, I see this orange here, which means in her sacral, she's got to be creative as to how she's going to be able to create this time that she wants to be able to find this bliss. How she's going to be able to give birth to it, to be able to manifest it. How she's connecting with other people in order while she's on this honeymoon or this time of really finding bliss within herself, understanding the divine masculine and divine feminine energy within herself. She's in this labyrinth, finding the true path and finding which one is really the true destination that's going to lead her to who she is. She's growing new things And also, I see this blue. So in her communications, and she wants to start this new world. So it's beauty all around. She's causing a lot of things to bloom, especially this is in the spring. So spring is bringing on newness, and she's feeling this, that she wants to have this new opportunity being presented to her now. And this honeymoon time is usually, when it was in tradition, was a time in which the two married couples or the ones that are in union would go off and learn about themselves, do different experiences, doing different lessons, while they're off on vacation, they're learning about each other. So that is very poignant there, as far as now we have this time where we have this inner journey that we're taking with sales, and we don't have so many distractions. Some of us are not going to work, and we have lockdown. We have no choice but to stop and take introspection and get to know ourselves and try to find things to make us happy with where we are. With the divine masculine, he wants to give the relationship a chance. He wants to work on the partnership. Why? Because right now he feels at this time that him and the divine feminine are they are pretty much in their divinity. They're awakened. They're in their divine masculine, and he feels that she's in her divine masculine energies there. And with both of them, they are getting deeper knowing. They're moving into this, having a deeper knowing, getting rid of the illusions, getting more wiser, wanting to try new things out. And then also understanding the spirit is lining things up as well for them. They have also true love here. So the divine master, the heart and matter for him is energy, is that he understands that this romance is a once in a lifetime thing. He knows that really in his emotions, it's really the driving force for this. In his where he is understanding his emotions is leading him to understand it. This is where he's building his foundation of this belief is beyond on his emotions, because I see the pillar here. Right now, his thinking is still being guided underneath the guidance and protection and helping with in his thinking, because the angel is on the masculine side. He also knows that he's got to get to the point that in his emotions, before he had been kind of like bouncing around kind of aimlessly, but now he understands that he's got to get to a point, he's got to find an actual direction that he wants to go, if he knows that this is true love. He can't just be out to sea and just floating out there in his emotions. He needs to have some kind of destination or some objective or motive as to where he wants to actually go. He too wants to retreat, just like the divine feminine. It's time to disconnect from the world. He wants to take his divine feminine and his divine masculine energies, whether it's in the physical or in the spiritual, and he wants to go off and just disconnect from the world. And this is because why he wants to retreat, because he figures, I got a fork in the road. Some of them believe there's some more. It's some things that he wants to get away from what's going on in his current situation, his environment, so he can be able to actually think. When it comes to his divine feminine, he feels like he wants to start this new beginning. It's some unfinished symphony. It's this unfinished song that's right there. He also feels that he wants to gain, by him retreating from the world, he will gain some more confidence. So this might be the hermit card that's being represented here. So he feels like he can get some more confidence. He can honor his emotions more. It's being put up on the pedestal. He feels also, I get a fork in the road, that also his divine feminine, by him doing that, he'll be able to see her in a new light and be able to raise her up on the pedestal as well. He also feels that he wants to retreat because he's been pondering, thinking, but it seems like it has not been to the point that he has been leveling up or gaining some altitude or ascending. So he wants to be able to do that, because it has kind of gotten to the point that he's been weary about finding solutions to do this, and he figures if he starts by retreating, he'll get a better understanding of things, because he wants to move into the energies of being happy in his emotions. He wants to have something to celebrate. He understands he's got to unlock some things to start this new beginning, that he's not unsure about it, that looks very odd or very futuristic. And so he's like, I really am not familiarized with it, but he knows that's the sign of the times, and that's the way he should actually be going. What is this? I gotta look up here. Oh, doing good. Okay, and let's stop with let's look at the darkness. What things are we hiding? Clear. Okay, I get that in there. What things are we hiding? For the divine feminine and the divine masculine. Look like these came out before. The divine feminine, you're still walking around with an artificial heart. You're not expressing it as true. You're not being really to your trueness. Again, I will work with your heart chakra to open up and try to work with that and try to get more in touch with that. And then it's also, it says your third eye. And your communication, your bridge. What are you allowing to be able to create your world? How you speak it? Whatever it is that you're speaking, divine feminine, you're speaking in the word way that you're not getting life to it. And then they already said you got to move out of this space of being in doubt about this relationship and just really, again, for the divine masculine aspect point, and just going ahead and take the lead because he's looking at you, divine feminine. I think I said that in so many words, to be able to take the lead as to where you actually are going. It was said in the masculine's reading. So you got to stop being artificial. That to me, it seems like you walk around with a fake card. Nah, it ain't bothering me. Nah, I'm going home and I'm finding me somebody else. No, I done left the journey. I'm fine with where I'm at. And you're not. You're lying. You're not telling the truth about it, you know. So this is something that you think you're hiding and don't nobody know about. But the powers that be in source say, I see you. I see you, boo. Okay. Divine masculine. In your energies, you're still sacrificing. You're still putting on the armor again. And you know if anybody would knock you down in that armor, you would be man down and you have a hard time coming up. You're trying to shield yourself, but you shield yourself for the wrong things. And you're not getting enough enlightenment right where you are in your emotions. You're scared of being vulnerable. And you're scared of you emotionally being hurt. And that is causing a actual problem for you. Okay? This armor, it is, to me, when I look at it, the armor is more hurting you than anybody else. It's a burden, this sacrificing that you're doing, and you saying, I'm doing it in the name of Allah, the name of the Lord, and you're really doing it in the name of self. The source and powers to be is looking back and saying, their head like, you ain't doing this for me. Please stop saying that lie. You are not doing this for me. You're doing this for self. So that's an issue right there. Let me see. What does powers that be? Said it's got to change. Clear. For this week, for the divine feminine. I'm going. I said 40. And what's got to change for this week for the divine masculine? Let's see it. Just come back out again. Okay, so divine feminine, this week your finances got to change. You got to watch how you kind of managing that this week. According to the powers that be, I don't know what it is. It's like how you communicating, what you're saying about you doing with your finances, how you communicating it with others. You got to get passionate about it, and you got to get in your heart chakra about it. I think Jubilee 11 said something about the 1111. Has stated that some people saying, you know, money don't matter to them, or money ain't no big deal. And I was like, I would for us saying, no, you can't be saying no stuff like that, because then you telling money it don't matter. So money's like, oh, well, I ain't got to go to you. Let me go to somebody else. And you don't want to kind of get to that point that you saying things like that. So let's watch how you communicate that in spirit with that. There also might be some changes for some of you all that you might get some more financial once you start moving into what the energies and working with that, with the divine intelligence and finding ecstasy. Some of you all, that was the shadow side. So the light side of this finances for you, divine feminine, is that you're going to get abundance of finances some way, some unexpected ways, because now you open yourself up to the universe. And by you opening your universe and your heart, you're creating that, being that attraction for money to come to you. Also, things that's got to change is healing from the past. Being able to, after you do that, you'll be able to stand in your power, because I see solar plexus is also represented here as well, so is your heart. I see a little bit of purple there, so that could be your little crown chakra. Excuse me again. And I see blue there, which is also your communication, which is in your throat as well. And I see orange there represented, which is in your sacral, your creativity. So you're going to have to use all of those chakras to help you to heal from the past. Okay, so I told you all, I gave you something on the other day about using the Ho'oponopono prayer, and that's again using I apologize, please forgive me, I thank you, I love you, I apologize, please forgive me, I thank you, I love you, I apologize, please forgive me, I thank you, I love you. Okay, have that. Say, I want to clear against all space and time, all timelines, past and present, clear and transmute it. So that could be able to help you. You keep on saying that, and so it can help you, so you be able to move forward, so you can be able to have that clear pipeline or opening for divine intelligence, and for you to have this ecstasy, because something tells me you being stuck in this is stopping you to be in your ecstasy. Body changes as well. Some of you all, well, we can't help that, especially we on lockdown. Some of us are still not maybe getting our exercises or eating the things that we're supposed to, because we're on lockdown. I think about Anthony Hamilton. I just seen his little concert that he had in his living room, which I thought was very sweet, that he had did that. And there's a couple of other ones that's offering that, and that's really good, because that keep your mind off of, you know, you can't go out to concerts, and it helps you kind of, you, even though you're not in there, but you reading the concerts, you can feel still that you're connecting with other people's energies and vibrations, and you don't feel so separated. It was very good vibrations on there. And so again, body changes, and he mentioned that, he said, I don't have that body that you had worked on so hard, now you inside, that now you're going back to eating bad things and da. So we have to watch that. Also, the more that we're doing as far as in the spiritual work, you know, some of us, we coming like holding the light and having all that kind of transference through our body. It also changes us molecularly as well. And so we'll have some changes in our angelic body, emotional body, physical, and all those things will take an effect as well. So be also on the lookout for that too, divine feminine. When we talk about the divine masculine, things that have to change, some life changes is going to happen, is some heavenly signs. You're going to get like road markers. This is what I'm picking up, like landmarks to let you know, you know what, 1 mile before you meeting with divine feminine, or things like that, that let you know and kind of keeps you pointing you into the right direction, so it can kind of help you out, especially when you're saying you're in this place of doubt. Divine masculine. And so they got, these got these pretty blues and purples here. A lot of it's about to say transformation, which is true. Also manifestation, something like I say, really heavily, like really dream state. Watch your dreams, if it brought it to me like that. Watch your synchronicities. I talked about that earlier, about that synchronicities and things and symbols and signs and things like that. Don't dismiss things, divine masculines or divine feminines, with the divine masculine energies as well. Because you know we share both, so don't discredit in your thinking when you see something and you're like, oh, that ain't nothing. You see a butterfly or seal or something like that, that means something specifically. Okay. And then also 38, so I can't see clear, said 40. Okay. And in your divinity, okay, what they want you to work on in your divinity, divine feminine and divine masculine. Goddess of nurturing. All right, for the divine feminine, I'll get back to you. Divine feminine, it gave a lot. So you got to work on being a goddess of love, okay? So I see here, this came out in somebody's individual reading that I had did here earlier, where I thought that was a hood, but I didn't never know that was her hair. So your hair is also used as an antenna to be able to connect with source. In a lot of beliefs, it is growing, it is long. It's not extremely long, but it is long. So you got to be able to use that connection with the divine intelligence source to help you to be with this idea in your emotions that you're a goddess of love. You're expressing that in everything that you do. You got to be rooted in it. You got to work on that heart and that crown and getting that understanding too. It's understanding that her divine intelligence is also covering up the communications as well, which goes into that artificial heart. It's interesting that they kind of they're sharing the same bob. She's got a bob and she's got a bob. Okay, so you got to work on that. So you got to become a goddess of love. Notice she's in no color and she's in color. Okay, so you got to learn how to do that. That's interesting. Her hair is like white, platinum blonde, and hers is black, and she's the goddess of love. So sometimes even in that darkness of those shadows, there is love, and you can learn from that. You also got to become a god of wisdom in your thinking. So you got to look at some things about whatever you put on the table so far. You got to look at things, the writing on the wall. You got to look at some ancient things, beliefs and philosophies as well, to help you to get a understanding as to where you are in the present. You also got to get rid of fear, because especially I can hear some of you all talk about, I got to release that heart. You just like the divine masculine, using this artificial heart really too as a way of means of defending yourself. Like, okay, if I stay artificial in that, like I stay cold as ice, they can't hurt me like that. But I told you, in order way to get over hurt is to open up your heart, to open up, not to close it, because when you do that, you close off your heart to things that matter, that you really want to. Like I said, the heart of the matter, that you really want to enter your heart, because after a while your heart is like, I don't know the difference. You just told me to close it. I don't know who got access, who not. I ain't no ATM machine that you punch codes in like that. When you say close your heart off, I thought you meant that to everybody. I thought that meant your mom, your dad, your dog, everything. I wasn't, that's all that means. Okay, so you have to watch that. So you got to watch this fear factor in your thinking entering in. That's why they say it again. You got to trust divine intelligence so it can be able to lead you to your bliss. Okay, and then for the divine masculine, they want you to have the goddess of nurturing. Okay, the current energies that they want you to work on, divine masculine, is to be very soft, very nurturing with yourself, but strong, but then still be very soft at the same time, because you need to learn this to help balance out this energy, to have this. She's strong because she'll tell you no and yes or whatever, but at the same time, she has a softness to this, that she doesn't need all this extra here. Just the power and the identity of who she is in her divine is enough shield and protection that she does not need. Okay, in that. Well, we're at 42. Okay, what's the message? Oh, the energies. Oh, God. Ooh, don't go on the floor. I ain't got time for that. Okay, let's bring it back together. What is the energies? Okay, this I can cheat it like that. Clear. What is the main energies that the divine you got me, source is trying to bring both of us into, whether divine masculine or divine feminine, which is the Six of Wands. To me, it's to have victory in our emotions, to put ourselves on the spotlight, and to give our own selves a standard of applause. The universe will applaud us once this happens. Not about other people, and you'll be able to get some helping hands. This is what I'm looking at as well. Okay. Victory. Yes. And then also, really to be able to stand in your power and to be able to carry that or hold that torch. Okay. That's what they want us to be able to move into. Oh, that's good. And then, what is the message? I'll get you. Clear. Okay, I want one message for the divine feminine to the divine masculine. And one from the divine masculine to divine feminine. Thank you. You're so obedient. Divine feminine saying to the divine masculine, demonstrate love. Find out what is important to people you love and act on it. Okay, that sounds good. And then she says, be supportive. Make a genuine effort to show you care. So get out that sacrifice and protect yourself. Divine masculine says, in return to the divine feminine, get to know each other. Learning to meet another's needs for love is important for a relationship to grow. And spend some quality time together. It is imperative that we spend quality time with those we are in significant relationships with, listening and talking to each other. Didn't she tell you you needed to do that? Oh, she want that honeymoon. Okay. And that's what you're saying about the retreat, but you want to retreat with her. You want to take her with, whether it's energetically or physically. I got you. That's why you popped something to get my attention. I got it. And then to seize the day, clear. Well, how does the powers that be, just a closing remark, wants us to carpe diem? How does it want us to seize the day or seize the week? The future starts today, not tomorrow. Pope John Paul II and divine confirmation got a ding on that. All right, don't forget, I am still doing the divine masculine, or if you want to know about your divine feminine energies, that's or, not together, it's a combination. It's divine masculine or divine feminine energies. I will look in for, it's called a 411. It's for $22 for 30 minutes. I'm still running that special until the end of March, and then after that it will be going bye-bye. So take advantage of that now. Just did 2 readings today, so tomorrow I'll be off. I do alternate, so Sunday, Monday off, Tuesday on Wednesday, but you still can book because you never know. Spirit say nope, do this person now. So right now, but that's how I've been doing it. Okay. Anything else? Check me out on Instagram. Check me out on what's Instagram, Twitter. Make sure that you follow me and you like me on those two. All right, until next time, stay uplifted, stay motivated, stay ascended. Namaste, namago. Love you.